Let's unpack those numbers that were just on your screen with Joseph Busha from JM Busha Investments. As always, thank you very much for your time this evening, Mr. Busha. Let's start with how the local bourse started off the week. Not a very exciting day on the JSE today. Not very many volumes traded. What did you find was a significant start to the week for the local bourse?
Marginally lower. Good evening, Ms. Madzena and the viewers. It's marginally lower. I think it's the lackluster start to the week, but certainly the miners have been dragging the JSE down over the last 2 months or so. Today we had Harmony Gold, Fuse, Anglo Gold, all down, and backing the trend was Glencore and Anglo American up 2.4%. And we also saw that dragging the JSE down today was Naspers and its cousin processed Naspers down about 2.4%, processed down about 2%. So really, I think it's just the kind of the fear of the unknown, and in particular inflation and the feared recession that might happen in the world. It's quite good also to know that internationally, Ukraine and Russia are kind of agreeing to the resumption of exports of grain. About 20 million tons will be exported from Ukraine, which is really might ease inflation and increase in food prices. We also saw that the rand certainly have been benefiting and increasing or strengthening against the US dollar. We're now sitting around 1680 compared to the 17 rand to the dollar we had last week. So I think that's positive news after our central bank, Reserve Bank Governor, Lesego Kganyago, increased the repo rate by 75 basis points to 550, beginning of last week.
Let's get into some company news, Mr. Busha. I want to start with Mr. Price. Interestingly, their update indicated that the fact that people didn't get their 350 Rand grant had an impact on sales volumes for the group, but also the constant blackouts that we've been having of late, that not doing too well for the business either. What did you make overall of that trading statement?
I think the trading statement is very, very positive and very good for Mr. Price. You know that this is where I think most people could walk into. They've got good fashions. They've got about 1,745 stores across South Africa, opened 27 new stores. But I think if you look in terms of their retail sales, it's up about 6.6%, and other income up about 25%. This was very, very good. I think if you compare that to cash build, which was down about 13% in terms of revenue. And this is really just, excluding really the shops that were affected by the COVID and also the July unrest.
Yeah, and that is what Cashbit highlights in its fourth quarter update, and that 13% decrease that we saw is also partly coming from the fact that they had to deal with the July unrest and just a lower appetite, I would assume, in the period that they were trading in.
So they're saying if you exclude those 36 shops, it's about 11% decrease in revenue. But this is going to be the story, I think, for most of these retailers for the next 12 months or so, as we really start recovering and also the market opening up after the lifting of restrictions on COVID protocols.
Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Joseph Busha, as usual, giving us a wrap of the markets day that was. And that's all your business news for now. Sally, I'll be back with more updates in the next bulletin.